I rise today with my colleagues to make very, very clear, not just to our Republican colleagues, but to history, of exactly what's at stake. Let there be no doubt that Senate Republicans are threatening to go nuclear on Senate procedure to gut California's Clean Air Act waivers. But this isn't just about California's climate policies, and this isn't just about the scope of the Congressional Review Act, and this isn't even just about eliminating the legislative filibuster. No, what Republicans are proposing to do would go far beyond just eliminating the filibuster. If they insist on plowing forward, federal agencies will now have unilateral power to trigger privilege on the Senate floor with no institutional check from the legislative branch. Just as EPA has submitted California's waivers with full knowledge that they are not actually rules, other agencies will now be free to submit any type of action going back to 1996. Think licenses, permits, leases, loan agreements, drug approvals. There would be no limit. Now, we've been safe from this kind of abuse until now because the Senate has a process in place for the Government Accountability Office to help the Senate Parliamentarian determine privilege for the purposes of the CRA. But Republicans are now threatening to throw that process out. And the consequences of throwing the rule book out the window will be very, very serious, Mr. President, but it's not too late to turn back. Republicans must understand exactly what they're doing. So today I think it's important to establish some facts about the process that protects the Senate from agencies that try to game the system. Mr. President, I have a parliamentary inquiry.
The Senator will state his inquiry.
Mr. President, is it correct that the then Senate Parliamentarian in 2008, in coordination with bipartisan Senate leadership and committee staff, developed a Senate procedure for determining what qualifies for expedited consideration under the Congressional Review Act when an agency fails to submit an action to Congress, and that a precedent under that procedure was first established in 2012?
Based on information that is publicly available, yes, that is correct.
Thank you. And is it correct that that procedure, which uses a GAO determination as to the nature of the agency action, whether or not it is a rule, has been implemented numerous times by senators on both sides of the aisle, including one occasion where a GAO letter gave rise to a joint resolution of disapproval, which became law?
Based on information that is publicly available, yes, that is correct.
Thank you, Mr. President. I yield the floor.